I am Monique Brown. I am daughter. I am sister. I am life partner. I am mother. I'm an Atlantic Fellow for Health Equity. I am a Black woman, born, raised, and currently residing in the deep South of the United States, and I know my place. Now, before you judge me or throw me out of any of the movements for social justice and equal rights, please allow me a moment to explain. I fully understand that the phrase, know your place, is used to remind us that there are limits to what we can do. It implies that we should not question power, but rather we should behave accordingly. Bow down, submit, to accept our position and not want to improve our circumstances. But I would like to take this opportunity to put a different spin on the phrase. Geographers define place as the physical and human characteristics of a location. Place has purpose. It has ties to our culture, our social construct, our history. Place is a determinant of health and thereby crucial to any of the conversations around equity. Where you are can have a major impact on who you are and or what you become. Place identifies us. Therefore, knowing your place is to know who you are. So in contrast, when you lack a sense of place, there's this uneasy feeling of not belonging, a feeling of loneliness and isolation, separateness. But the fact is, we were created to need each other. Community itself is a human characteristic. Belonging to a community with a solid sense of place not only questions power, it redefines it and reclaims it for everyone. I grew up in a neighborhood called Pines Village in New Orleans East. Those that still live here or used to live here also know it as the Goose. I lived in a shotgun double with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom that I shared with my parents and my younger brother, right here on this very land that I stand, 4806 Dale Street. We knew our neighbors. Miss Grace and Mr. Earl lived next door. Junior lived across the street. My great-grandparents lived in the next block on the same street, and my parents rented the house that we lived in from them. My grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, all lived within a 2 to 3 block radius. When I was about 10 years old, my parents bought their first house outside of the Goose. It was 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and it was brick. Brick was a big deal to me. Our old house was wooden, and brick just seemed so much more sturdy and dependable. And I would finally have the opportunity to have my own room, which my mom let me decorate any way I wanted. I was so psyched. I felt like I had found my place. There was a grocery store about 3 to 4 blocks from our new house that we would frequent. And one day, after about a year of living in the neighborhood, someone spray painted on the side of the grocery store, "There goes the neighborhood." I instinctively knew that that message had to do with me and my family moving to the neighborhood, that our presence was not wanted, that we were out of place. For too many people of color, for far too long, place has presented itself as deteriorating homes, food insecurity, lack of access to quality education, public transit, clean drinking water, health care, etc. To know your place for us has presented challenges to our health and well-being for so long that it has unfortunately become normalized. Throughout my experience this year as an Atlantic Fellow, the concept of place has been ever present. From our initial convening site visit to the healthcare for the homeless in Baltimore, there was a sign above one of the office doors that read, "Ending the cycle of homelessness is not only about having a place to call home, but also having a place in a circle of people, a place in other people's hearts, a place in a community, a place in other people's lives." To see the connection place has to the topic areas of our health equity sessions. For every required reading or video on non-communicable disease inequity or mental health disorder inequity, place played a role in how these inequities present themselves in our communities. To the fact that we were unable to convene as previous cohorts due to shelter-in-place requirements because of COVID. But we made Zoom feel like the place to be every other Tuesday. This opportunity has opened a door to a new place for me, one that allows me to be more comfortable in my vulnerability, a necessary attribute for leadership. I've learned that leadership is less about me, but rather more about empowering others to be better leaders as well. That failing is okay, but failing forward is better. All of these lessons learned have played a major role in my mission to ensure that place is healthy for everyone. No one should feel as if they do not belong. Everyone should have the opportunity to thrive in a place that honors them, their culture, their history. Through my work with the Healthy Neighborhoods Project, my team and I cross paths with residents who know all too well what not belonging feel like. Some have witnessed the disinvestment in their neighborhoods and have suffered the health consequences because of it. In my work, we've cleared vacant and abandoned lots, made small renovations to abandoned structures with the goal of improving health outcomes. We've collaborated, partnered with, held one-on-one conversations with community members throughout New Orleans to learn more about how they define health and what they would like to see happen in their neighborhoods. How can we repurpose these vacant lots to serve the neighborhood best? But with all that 2020 has brought us, my hope is that by some small measure, my efforts have shined a light on the connection between place and health. This has been a year of meeting with statewide leaders to speak about bringing a health equity lens to rebuilding our cities post-COVID, to speaking with real estate developers and planners on how to include community voice in their work, how to make sure that the process is participatory versus informative. They should be building with community, respecting that there is power in the lived experience. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I hope that you do, is to know your place, to serve as a placemaker and a placekeeper, to root yourself in a place that allows you to feel good about where you are, that represents your culture, your history, to inhale and exhale the air, to hear the sounds all around you, to take it all in and then give it all back. Recognize that place has a part in your work as a leader for health equity, and it is up to you to be that loud voice when the expectation is to whisper for those looking to find their own place. Ashe.